Hello. Hello. Welcome to Amanda Panda Teacher Live. Happy Tuesday. I had my classes this morning. I am a professional online teacher and ESL teacher. I teach the most amazing, fabulous students in China to speak in English. This morning I had 4 classes, all regular students I've taught for a super long time, and it was just a glorious morning. If we have not met, I am Amanda Panda Teacher, and you're watching Amanda Panda Teacher live. If you're here with me, I would love to have you tell me in the comments how many classes you taught this morning. I had my 4 happy regulars. It was such a great morning. I actually only have my green screen turned off. I'm not green screening because I had a cat visitor a second ago, and I was like, I'm not going to turn on green screen when there's a cat walking around. He's gone now and ran away, but he comes up and on my desk often during class and wants to be pet. So I had a cat visitor. Hey, today on Amanda Panda Teacher Live, we are talking a special strategy that I have done with my regulars over a long period of time to help them to speak and learn a verb tense that we use in English that is the past tense. Really, our students who are learning English with us have never been introduced before to different tenses in language, that there are time sensitive in English, and that is a very difficult concept. In my ESL classes, we teach this to our students in our level 2 classes towards the end of those units. But I actually begin teaching the past tense in conversation as young as the very beginning learners that I have in my ESL classes. A good strategy for teaching ESL is to expose students to the work that they're going to do in the future before they even get to it. So I am building conversation with them when I meet them and greet them in class. I am building the past tense, meaning it is all done in the past with my student even before they're formally taught it, so that when it comes up in the curriculum to be taught to them, they already are familiar with. Oh, I remember teacher tells me all the time, I did not go to school, I went to school. So I'm going to show you the simple strategies that I use to get it started, how I began, and how now my students are well trained. I don't even have to prompt them or remind them about the past tense, because every class we practice these sentences and speaking and responding to my questions in the past tense. Hey, good morning to Linda. Linda is in the chat. Hey, Linda. She says, I only taught 2 today, normally 5 to 6. So, Linda, right now, the filming of this live, it is May. It is a Labor Day holiday for our students. So many of them are on holiday and traveling. My student told me this morning she went to visit grandpa in the country and now she's home. Also, many of the bigger kids, they are studying because their big exams are just after this holiday. So one student told me his exam was May 14th. Another told me their exam is May 7th. So that may be why you don't have as many bookings as you normally do. I just had 4 this morning. That's my usual amount. Okay, so let's get to some strategies and skills related to teaching students about the past tense. I believe in starting it very young in conversation. When I greet them and say hello, I correct them and provide the correction, and I use a special tool. These are my classroom conversation cards. You can get a set of these shipped to you. They come on a ring. There are 27 of them, 24 of them in a stack. I use these in class to begin that whole strategy of conversation with my students to get them to speak in the past tense. This prompts them with the sentence and asks the question in class, and it's a card I hold up close to the camera. I ask, what is your name? It's got the graphic. It helps them and then gives them the sentence frame. My name is, and they will say their name. So this beginning work is just for that simple card. I will then go on to ask them to answer and say things in the past tense. One of my most common is, Did you have a good day or a bad day? So here, do you notice the word had? I had a good day or I had a bad day. And I use my TPR of my thumb up or thumb down and this conversation card to get them started. You can purchase a set of these shipped to you from my Etsy shop or Teachers Pay Teachers. You could buy a digital download and just print them yourself if you want to save money and not have me ship to them to you. So there are 24 of them. In addition, I use them digital also. So you know I'm a Manicam teacher. I use them as a Manicam tool. Here is did you stay home? Or did you go out? So do you see here? Here is an addition, the past tense again. I stayed home today. I went out today. So I use the conversation card in the past tense, stick it up on my screen in digital, and I do provide these digital versions to my students from Manicam in 6, my teaching and coaching course. So that's 2 ways that I begin. I use these conversation cards. I use a digital version if I'm using Manicam. In addition, I will often write on the slide. So the very first slide, I took a picture of this one this morning. This was my students' slide. I was teaching the feelings and emotions. And do you see right over the top, I wrote the word had and went. So after I've introduced it with conversation cards, I'll slip these away and I will just ask them without the support of the images. They don't need them anymore. I can ask, did you have a good day or a bad day? And then I just write the word had right on the slide to remind them of the past tense. So once I've got this going, I've trained them with this practice. I write it on the opening slide. I'm giving them the past tense words. I will then start to introduce to them the idea that these are the things that are done today in the past. They're all done. So here's my TPR for that. This is a word in the past. Did you go to school? Yes, school is done, all done. And so I will point behind me for the past tense and I will say school is done. And then as we build the lessons and we speak and talk in our English classes, they've got that foundation of using the past tense with the conversation cards, with me writing on the slides. And then eventually, I don't have to write them anymore or prompt them. They're automatically trained to speak in the past tense using conversation at the start of class. Oh, it is so powerful. What a great strategy to use with our students to get them started, to really invite them into a very difficult, hard to understand concept through natural conversation. I can't tell you how important those first few minutes of my class are using this tool and resource and using the past tense and introducing that to my students. So we learned that you can use conversation cards to help our students to speak in the past tense. We learned that starting when they are very young and opening conversations is a great opportunity. We learned that after we use the conversation cards with the visuals, we can just write on the slide to correct the student and provide the past tense word. And then after lots of practice, we learned that they will master it and understand it and know that it is the past and that is all done using TPR. I hope that this strategy really helped you. Your call to action is to try this out in your online classroom. Hop on in and check out with your students how you can build conversation at the start of class. Try one of the questions from the conversation cards. There are so many different level questions that you can pick. What city do you live in? Here's the image of a city. You could try, where do you live? I can accomplish that also with flags that I have in my class. Where do you live? They can name the country. Do you live in a house or apartment? After my student learns those vocabulary words, I will ask them these questions. So there are 24 of them, and I will ask them multiples at the start of class. Hey, let's talk to some folks in the chat. Sherelle says, I have this set. I love it. Me too. I use them in this version, but I also also enjoy them in digital using Manicam effects. So students in my course, Manicam in 6, they get a little copy of this one. So this is great for beginners. What is your name? I could pull it up quickly. It's an effect in Manicam, and I am not necessarily holding up the cards. So that's super handy. Sharon says, hey, I bought your cards and use them all the time. How can I get the digital cards? Hey, Sharon. Sharon, they are available to teachers in my Etsy training or in my course, Manicam in 6. But I will be adding them soon in digital version in Manicam effects to my Manicam, to my Etsy shop too. So keep a lookout for this. Hey, Dom. Awesome. Thanks for your comment. I need to get this. Dom, yes, this is a really awesome tool. I really use it all the time in my ESL classroom. We speak about school. Did you do your homework? It really expands the questions available beyond did you have a good day or bad day. There are tons of ideas inside. So they are really awesome and easy, fabulous to use in class. Okay, friends, take that call to action. Try out some new questions. Start teaching your students about the past tense. I know that you can do it. And hey, Linda says, do you give those to us after our class? Linda, they are in the course for you, Manicam in 6, our training course. There's a special one that says conversation cards. It's module number 6. So go look at number 6. They are already linked for you. You get those conversation cards already in the set there. So awesome. Hey, Dom, I love the other material I bought from you. Awesome. Go shop my Etsy shop if you're shopping during May 4th and 5th. It is Teacher Appreciation. My shops are both on sale, so hop on over, go shopping, and I can't wait to see you in my next live, friends. Thanks for watching, and thanks everyone who's watching live too. I will see you next time. Bye, friends. Chat soon.